let's go over Ultra. Ultra has one of the stronger realm mechanics, but some of the weakest standard units in the game, and their standard banner is one of the worst ones, along with Carol and Chaos. In comparison to fucking Blue, their standard banner is dog shit. It is one of the worst early realms to pull on, especially for a new player. Their Awaker stat lines are too low, and they're pretty bad for new accounts, and it don't allow you to go into D-Tide early compared to the Blue mechanic. Late game, sure you can use them, but the only usable standards that you can pull from their standard banner is Jenkins and Winkle. I'm not going to go over the former limiteds because you never aim for that. It's just a 0.1% chance. It's not worth it. So it's Jenkins and Winkle. They're both extremely good. Jenkins is one of the best standard DPSs in the game. Jenkins is great. Winkle is great. Winkle is one of the best battery units in the game. Supportive battery units, which means she feeds elements to your main carry. That is what it generally means. Out of the 5 standard units, 3 of them are virtually unusable for a brand new player. Liz is a trap. Liz requires a lot of investment. Even then, she underperforms compared to real DPS carries. Now, early game. If you're a new player watching this video pulling Liz, Liz will do just fine the first couple of chapters. The first couple of chapters of the game, she will one-shot a lot of enemies. Just fine. Why? She has high base damage. Like Pollux, like Dorsey, and etc. So it's not scaled for early game content. Early game content, mid game content is really badly scaled. So she will perform great early on, but late game, she falls off super hard compared to any other DPS units you could have invested your resources in. Now, let's go over the other ones. So the next standard unit is fucking Cassia. Cassia, very good endgame in a discard team since the recent buffs. I bumped her up on the tier list compared to my previous realm overview video. Last year, she was pretty weak, but the recent buffs to her, making her a stronger discard support unit on her poof, makes her extremely essential for discard blue teams with Arita and Corpo. However, I still rate her low, especially for a new player. Why? Because you are not going to have a strong Arita or a Corpo starting out. Corpo is a limited unit, and Arita is a welfare unit that is time gated. So early on, you will not be able to use Cassia on her preferred best team. So you could basically remove her from the equation early on. So Tinkt, one of the worst supports in the game due to her unpredictability and her usage in the game. Wait, why the fuck am I going over units? I need to go over fucking realm mechanics. So, the realm mechanics. Realm mechanics time. Ultra. The entire Ultra is about Leap and Quazar. Leap and Quazar. Why is it called Quazar? Why is it called Leap? These are dirty, filthy, illegal aliens. They need to get out of our planet. That's the lore of Ultra Awakers. 90% of these units are from another fucking dimension, or from another planet, another universe. These dirty, filthy aliens gotta get off my fucking lawn, go back to where they came from. We need to call Lemurian Ice. Get them deported. Jenkins can stay. Jenkins has earned her travel visa. She was born here. Birthright citizenship. Okay? Liz, another planet, ship her off. Dirty alien. Actually, she's not from another planet. She's a fucking ghost or something, because she burned out down the theater. Tinkt, another planet, ship her back where she came from. Horla's fine. She has an H1B1 visa. She can stay. Clem, filthy fucking bug-like Zerg, hive mind parasite, ship her off. Ship her off to the fucking Helldivers universe so they can go to town on her. She, dirty alien, okay? Daffodil from another dimension. Identity death. Identity death in lore. Wanda, dirty alien. Okay, back to the actual series video. Ultra Turn, Leap, and Quazar. The space dirty alien. Most Ultra Awakers have Leap cards. What Leap means is the first card you play every turn that is a command card, that is not an insight, that is not a rouse, a symptom, a curse, or a state card, goes into Ultra Turn. If that card has an effect called Leap, it also does an additional thing. What is Ultra Turn? Ultra Turn is a gimmick where you fill up this ultra bar of 5 cards. When you hit 5, when you click extra turn, that is what happens. You go into the extra turn, so you take 2 turns instead of the boss taking a turn. So during that extra turn, you get all of your cards from Ultra Turn in your hand. And during Ultra Turn, no matter the order of cards, Leap effects will always happen in Ultra Turn. That is Leap. So let's go over a Leap effect so I can give an example. Jenkins. Her Leap effect on Get 'em Brown was enjoy additional 1x strength bonus. That means if it's the first card you play that turn, it will go into Ultra Turn and will do more damage. If it's the second card you play, the Leap effect, any text after Leap doesn't take effect. You ignore any text after Leap. That is Leap. Now, what is Quazar? Quazar is more restrictive Leap. It is a newer mechanic that is only present on currently 2 Ultra units. Caster and dog shit fucking Clem. Dirty fucking alien. Go back to your fucking planet. Fucking gave up the town. Let that alien insect hive mind take over your fucking body. Take over your fucking body for no fucking reason. Blah, 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 blah. Dirty fucking alien. Okay, Quazar effects. Caster. What Quazar means is that it is Leap. Wait, the first card you play will get that effect. However, in Ultra Turn, Quazar can no longer take effect. In Ultra Turn, any Leap cards have their effects automatically used, no matter what card you play. So Ultra Turn, it thinks every card you play as if the first card. So Leap effect always takes into account. As opposed to Quazar. Quazar only takes into effect outside of Ultra Turn. You cannot proc it several times. Unless you use Hamel. One exception. You can cheese Quazar effects with Hamlin. I went over that in some of my caster video and on my tier list video on how to cheese the Quazar effect. Now, what does Quazar cards do in Ultra Turn? If you put a Quazar card in Ultra Turn and you go into Ultra Turn, the cost of Quazar cards added to your hand is -1. That is what Quazar do. Okay? It is to prevent strong units like Caster from having too many Onyx Plumes. Because it's all about the matriarchy, keeping poor old Caster down. Okay? So, that is the Leap. and Quazar effects of Ultra. Now, what does Realm Mastery do for Ultra? Basically, chance to get insight. It's one of the better Realm Mastery options. However, you still do not build Realm Mastery because you want more general Covenant stacks. Check out my Covenant guide videos. I made 3. Now, every 1 point in Realm Mastery, there is a 0.125% chance to gain 1 insight. That is the Realm Mastery effect. Every turn. Moving on, what is the negative effect of realm mixing for Ultra? If you mix it with anything other than Chaos, you do minus 25% damage in Ultra turn. Compared to the last time I made this video, it was minus 50%. They have buffed it since. Now they only do 25% damage in Ultra turn if you mix them with blue or Carol units. And you also get, less AoE regen and all those effects and less healing and blah, blah, blah. You don't care about that. So, let's talk about Annihilation. What is Annihilation? When you click on the Ultra button, you can destroy the frontmost card in Ultra turn for 1 insight. Why would you want to annihilate? To delay Ultra turn. 99% of players, unless they're Ultrash, do this all the fucking time. Because you only want to use Ultra turn when you absolutely need to survive. Otherwise, you save it as a bank and use Ultra turn as an extra turn to heal up or to kill the boss. You do not use it, so you just edge it out. So most times, you annihilate, you get that free insight, draw 1, get +1 at Rift, and you keep it at 4 out of 5 cards in Ultra turn always. So you always have that free get out of jail free card of an Ultra turn. That's the purpose of Ultra turn and how most endgame players use it. It's pretty boring, I know. But that's how you play Ultra. You don't even use their gimmick most time unless it's in a boss fight. Because Ultra turn helps you cheese turn limits as well. Because the extra turn you get from Ultra turn is not counted towards the turn counter. So when you see an Ultra player play and count, just add one or 2 turns to it. Because Ultra turn does not count as a real turn. So that's another benefit of using Ultra. It can inflate your turn and speed clears. So, let's go deep into the standard and limited units of Ultra. Ultra has some strong limited units, such as Caster. Caster's probably the strongest Ultra unit in the game. Probably one of the strongest shielders in the game, regardless. Always pull for a Caster. Their other limited units have fallen by the wayside. Wanda is a great unit. Wanda was one of the strongest units in Arc 1, chapters 1 through 9. As of this video and last video, Wanda got hard nerfed in Arc 2 from her counter damage. They nerfed her damage by 70%. That is huge, because she deals damage based off of your current counter. She does not generate a lot of counter on her own. She's a very niche scenario until she gets buffed or new units that help her synergize better. Wanda's fallen off the wayside in Arc 2, but her kit is very fun. Her mechanics are very fun. Daffodil, one of the strongest Ultra limited units, very versatile. She is the Ultra to will, basically, with more restrictive kit. Counter poison damage. Based on, but it's heavy investment in Arc 1 unit. And she's a shopper. And she has one of the strongest abilities. Again, I have a 6-hour tier list video where I go deep in depth on every unit with gameplay footage. I'm going to go over them. I'm just going to give the basic overview of every unit. Now, Pollux, pretty bad unit into the late game. She's very strong because of his base damage. But in terms of team building, he is pretty weak team building wise. That's why I placed him in C tier. Will he one shot all the content early game and mid game players do? Yes. Late game, when you're encountering team building scenarios to build out your D-tie teams, he does not function that well. He demands too many good supports in comparison. I went over this in depth in a lot of videos, and I've coached enough players to know that Pollux does not really do much for your team's end game. Now, early game, he's fine. Mid game, he's fine. But if you care about making as many strong teams as possible, and you want to conserve your limited pools, he's not a really good pick for most players in general. Because he does not give bone, and he will age quite terribly once the boss and power creep happens. Because he provides no real utility of his own besides damage. Now, let's go over to standard, which is what most new players are watching. Oh yeah, Horla is great. Was S tier. I dropped her down to A tier because G Murphy came out. My perspective on tier lists. If a extremely good unit comes out, I'm not going to make another tier. I'm going to drop units. Hurla, former S tier. She's still S tier by any metric of the view. It's just like G Murphy came out and G Murphy's too strong. Have to kick Awaker. The next Awaker that's getting kicked out of S tier the moment another strong unit comes out is Hamlin. Hamlin is next on the chopping block for S tier. The moment another strong Awaker comes out, Hamlin is getting out of here. I'm kicking him with all the other filthy, dirty aliens. Why Ultra is not a good early banner play? The ultimate Ultra mechanic, kind of weak, especially for new players. Late game, use it as a get out of jail free card and whatever. But you kind of want tentacles. You want to pull tentacles and get to D-tied in the end game faster. That's the importance of pulling blue. You don't really want to pull for these banners because they only have two really good standard units you want with Jenkins and Winkle. You can just get them by using these selectors, by using the rewind item. You use the standard selectors to only get Jenkins, only get Winkle. Only get them so you can dodge the Liz, you can dodge the Tink, you can dodge the fucking Cassia if you're not planning to play discard team. You can dodge those units and only get the high value standard Awakers. And you're pulling an Ultra banner. Sure, you can get Jenkins, you can get Winkle, but you can also get Liz, you can also get Tink, you can also get fucking Cassia. That's a waste of pulls. Those units are not going to be used early on for your D-tied adventures, for your endgame adventures. You can pull blue, you can get the rewind, and you just target pull Winkle and Jenkins. Not all standard banners are created equal, so you go to wheel jail. Editor should place a thing that can place a wheel jail from one of my other clips. So I'm tired of saying wheel jail again and again. I'll leave a note to the editor. So, Jenkins, very strong DPS. Winkle, very strong support. Ultra as a general, pretty weak early game realm. Pretty weak realm overall in the idea of team building as many teams as possible. Does not really go well into the end game as someone who does the end game and does 420 plus. So that concludes. Caster's only like the really good one I would recommend. He's too good. So that concludes the Ultra thing because you really want to go to wheel jail. Go to my actual new player guide. This is just the realm overview video. And Ultra really does not have a place. Not enough units, not enough synergy. Maybe when they have better Ultra units, I'll revisit this. But right now, the standards are all pretty weak for new players. Not recommended compared to Blue, for example. And the gimmick, because if you're a new player and you're going to D-Tide, you're not going to have that many resources. You're not going to have, let's say, fucking max HP. You're not going to have damage. You're not going to even have level 60 units as a new player going to D-Tide. With Tentacles, you can just AFK and let your Tentacles do all the work. With Ultra, you kind of need levels to get it start working. It doesn't auto-play the game for you as opposed to fucking Blue. It's opposed to other realm mechanics. So yeah, it's pretty weak overall. And that's why, and my guides are already built for you to play a specific way. If you follow my guides, you will be able to clear 400. You'll be able to clear every content in the game if you follow my guides to a T. If you follow other units, you will not be able to clear as fast. You will not be able to progress through the game as fast as my guide, which is what is catered to. Getting you to the end game, getting you to clear as much content as possible. Will it ensure you have fun? I don't know. I don't know if you'll have fun following my guide to a T. I know you will probably. I know for a fact you will clear content. I know for a fact you will get into endgame as fast as possible. I coach people every week. Other guys, you will take months to hit endgame. If you pull on anyone else, you will take months to hit endgame. Some of you guys are fine with that. Pull whatever the fuck you want. But if you're endgame focused, you want to hit the endgame fast, you have to pull blue. You have to go to wheel jail. That is the most optimal path to play the game. And if you value optimal path, that's what my videos are for. I'm not going to tell you, oh, pull whatever you want, blah, 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 pull whatever you want, anything works. That's fucking dog shit advice, dude. There's clearly an optimal path you can use, which costs you the least money, the least resources, or to achieve the highest scores. I'll cover wheel jail here. This game is very dupe dependent, especially with the weapons. Now, wheels are the weapons in this game. So, when you plus 12 an SSR limited wheel, an SSR wheel, whether in standard or what. So basically a 5-star wheel, whatever game you want to call it. If you plus 12 a wheel, you can equip another SSR wheel. That is why you want to go to wheel jail and pull for Titan's Blade as soon as possible. I'm going to cover this in every realm video and every guide. This is the most important information for new players to know. Blue ensures you go to wheel jail as fast as possible. You can start working on your weapons. Once you're in wheel jail, you never leave. I am in wheel jail. Every player who's watching this video that's a vet and watching this for shits and giggles, they're in wheel jail too. It's a miserable place. We're all stuck in wheel jail. Okay? We're just pulling for wheels. Where am I gonna get all the other units if I only pull blue and go to wheel jail players? Rewinds. Every time you pull for limited units, you have a chance to off-rate another standard unit. That's the majority of where you're going to get your standard dupes once you enter wheel jail. And you use the rewind selectors they give out every Annie or every couple of months to rewind any standard unit in the game and then select key units from another realm. So you can go the entire game never pulling on dog shit standard banners like Chaos, like Ultrash, like Caro. You can only pull blue and never pull any of the other realms. And you can still get their good standard units by getting the standard selector dupes when you rewind a Pharaohs. When you rewind a blue unit you do not like. Or when you off-rate limited units and you just rewind that and you can use those selectors to pick and choose directly exactly what you want from each realm. No RNG required. People telling you to pull on Ultra, telling you to pull on Caro, telling you to pull on Chaos. You are wasting your resources. You are wasting your standard pools that can be better used in wheel jail. Better used elsewhere. Because you can off-rate those units in those realms or just choose the good ones. Blue has the most usable units in the game in their standard banner pool. With high stats that can carry you through early game. Even late game, you can still use them with G Murphy. That is why it's extremely important for new players to just pull blue, get the Caucus, get the Goliath up, E3, E2, then go to wheel jail so you can start working on your weapons. You'll be in wheel jail your entire life playing this game because you want as many plus 12 wheels to equip more of them, make your team more versatile. Remember, equipping 2 SSR wheels are very strong because SSR wheels have doubled the stats of SR wheels. They have quadrupled the stats of R wheels. That's just how the game works.
I'm the last line and the loudest voice. I carry this wreck on wings of iron. My name is Caster, don't wear it out. I drag corpses through fights while you sleep in the shade. Put looks his dead weight, a brother who can't get laid. He's a burden, a weight on my Stygian wings. I haul his ass and shitty things. As the old ones claw the sky, my feathers make all enemies die. Ticked and clap like queens but fold when the tide turns cold. I carry dead weight till my wings get old. I'm the garbage man, I clean the ultra they leave behind. We're rated trash by flares, I pay the price every time you mouth off about Ultra. Shut up and learn the rule, only I get to talk shit, everyone else stays cool. I've carried realms on plumage, stitch fate with claw and grit. Every step I take is thunder, every plume a verdict. You drag me down with trash, you only slow my descent. It's not Christmas yet, so prepare for my event. Pollux, Wanderlist, your names I spit like gas. Your help is a joke, I forge our fate with feathers and gas. There's one I trust with blood and bone, a little lightning in the storm. Jenkins is the only adult move in the circus of the war. She's precise, she's deadly, she's the reason we survive. I'll shield that kid with my last breath while we keep this realm alive.